welcome to HalfwayRunways, Mitch. I really appreciate you doing this.
Are we live?
Yeah, we can go live.
Let's go.
But yeah, to answer this though, we had other little stands, and then which I thought were perfect, right? I thought we had these little stands, and it was going to be like, this is what we're
Was this
using
little
now.
tripods?
Yeah, these little ones that like you'll see other places, but then we just sat here and we're like, if we're gonna do this, we might as well just keep grabbing equipment and keep doing this. We have no idea where this is gonna go, and it's in such a grassroots stage that it's like it's fun. So like this is cool. Like if you watch our original one, we're sitting there, it's one camera angle, it just looks all kind of rough and whatnot. But so I was thinking about like I'm sitting there trying to come up with questions to ask you, right? And I'm like, man, I don't know why I'm putting in this type of work, because I don't really consider this like an interview. This is a conversation, right?
Casual, two bros chilling.
Yeah. So
Catching up.
I'm sitting there. I have a list of questions that I was like, oh, I could ask Mitch all these questions, but I truly wanted to start with, man. I genuinely like have enjoyed watching you go from, at least meeting you working at the restaurant to where you're at now with Blackout Training.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that we got to get a workout in.
Yes.
And we would be working together now if I still worked at the old Contav.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've only ever met you in passing. I think, truthfully, the only conversation I ever had with you was I came and bartended for like your sister's birthday or something. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that like at a house though. Like it was
here.
Here, yeah.
I think
oh,
so,
my
yeah.
sister's 21st birthday.
But I think that's what it was.
Was that the first time I met you?
I want to say yes.
So that
maybe
would've
in
been
passing at like a Christmas party.
6-7 years ago. But then I'd see you at the restaurant working.
Yeah.
I don't know why though, but like for some reason I felt like I had known you. It was easy to talk to you, So
I'm pretty easy to talk to.
but I also feel like we're kind of similar in a way. I'm not saying like it may be bro to bro.
I think that's what it is, sort of.
Yeah.
Like you too. Like you don't have like a rough exterior, but like I don't know, you look strong, you look fit. So not necessarily like the most approachable right off the bat, but then once you get to know you, you're like a teddy bear. That's kind of how I view myself.
No, I think so too. I mean, it's weird. So like we can even talk about this. I want you to, introduce yourself whenever you're ready to do it. That's nicotine gum, bro. Bro, watch out. It'll make you go to therapy, dude. Like it's a little like
Give you a bump?
Oh, dude, I just started chewing it because I do the Zins and all that. And I'm like, man, I don't want to keep doing Zins. Like I don't vape, I don't smoke, I don't do anything. I have gone through that in my life, but I was like, maybe I'll just grab some of this gum. Bro, I put it in my mouth, man, and I honestly thought I needed to go get medication for anxiety.
Really?
But I keep chewing it, dude. I'm actually, dude, it's rough, bro. Like if you know my past, like this isn't abnormal, dude. If you do nicotine, help yourself.
I may try it.
Oh man. Oh, we'll be here for 5 hours talking. Yeah. I'm just gonna say it'll give you that little.
Is that why you were up till 2 a.m. editing podcasts last night?
Bro, I didn't sleep. I don't know what you're talking about. Up till 2, I'm still up. No,
really?
I slept well.
Okay. What?
No, I'm asleep. I need about 6 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
But saying this thing like, we're fit, are we approachable, anything like that. There's this. I was listening to his podcast with Matthew McConaughey the other day. You like Matthew McConaughey?
I've never listened to a pod. Was he like a guest on it?
Modern Wisdom.
I've listened to Green Lights.
Oh, such a good
audiobook. Incredible.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, I was a big fan. I like the ayahuasca trip in the forest. I think that's what it was.
Is he in the jungle of the Amazon?
And
he's got the butterflies and stuff?
Exactly, yeah.
And he's in a canoe by himself.
So cool.
All right, so the guy, Matt, I think you've met Matt. Have you met Matt?
I don't know if I have or not.
Okay, so he does.
Would he have come into the Contav with you?
Yeah, he would have. He lives here.
Right.
So there's a whole story behind why he lives here, and we've talked about it. He's been on the podcast and
indentured servitude. Or?
Yeah, it's straight. No, we don't pay. No, it's slavery. Yeah. But
he's in the closet right now. He's not allowed out.
No, he comes out when. No. I snap my hands 3 times. He comes out, dude. But no, he's actually living in a cabin in the woods at the moment by himself for 1 week, no cell phone.
Sweet.
And he's just meditating.
Sweet,
dude.
Where at?
Outside Harrisburg.
Okay, good for him. Is this like a little spiritual journey, like intentionally?
Did
he like leave his cell phone here, or did he like lock it in a box?
I'll ask somebody. He's gonna come on when he gets back.
That's cool.
Right?
I like that.
And like it's weird because he's such a type B personality, and I'm such a type A personality. And I'm in this like I gotta go. I wake up at the same time every day. I exercise. I have my disciplines that like I don't falter from, which I really do like because I get stuff done, but then he's such a type B where he can like sit back, meditate, put on a TV show, relax. And I'm like, but it's like why I think it kind of works.
As far as working together and like living
Yeah,
together, yeah,
and a
yeah.
friendship. Like, he helps me try to be a little more type B, and then I kinda help him be a little bit more type
No,
A
that's good.
because we both
When you getting married?
oh, I don't know, dude,
No, that's
maybe,
good though.
like,
I mean, one of my best friends,
years.
man, I ended up living with him for a little while, and we were best friends. But when you're in such close quarters with somebody, you get to know how they live and everything, and certain things like little ticks just annoy you. The way he chewed, he'd come into the bathroom, I'm taking a shower, take a shit, and the smell would just travel throughout.
That's ridiculous.
Things like that, man. And he would just like chew real loud. So it's important. It's kind of interesting to see what friendships or relationships can last once you're living in like close quarters.
Well, we base it more in, like, because 'cause we're both sober, right? So we base it in this, our main goal, our main objective is to maintain sobriety, help another individual every day. That's what we do,
Okay.
but we don't have to take the same path to get there, right? Like, I take this more very AA-based, spirituality-based, like, it's pretty more like big book thumping strict, where he takes this more like meditation approach to it, helps another individual in different ways. And like, I thought my way was the better way. And he's like, no, I have so many things I could say that your way is wrong. My way is better. And then we just kind of go, we're both still maintaining exactly what the goal was to be.
Yeah, right, right.
Like, you're taking this path, I'm taking this one. And then we both take a step back and we're like, oh, well, this is kind of cool. There is no one path to maintaining our main objective, which is just to stay sober and help another person.
I could use a little more of that Zen type B in my life right now.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always go, go, go.
Now, do like, would you want it any other way?
Um, s- it's a loaded question, bro. I've been running a business for like 5, 6 years now.
Yeah, talk about this.
Um,
I'm wearing Blackout Training
right,
shirt, so
represent.
yeah.
And like I've experienced all these different things, right? Like first how did it happen? I was kind of struggling going through some stuff, not in the best mental space. This was prior to even contact, maybe leading up to when I started there. And so then, right, like you like learn some new skills, you read a book, you listen to a podcast, you start working on personal development. And that's when I first got into meditation. And I think it's the best thing in the world for you, anxiety wise, just being able to slow down, be mindful, handle stress. And I've gotten away from it since I started my business. I'm always go, go, go. And so I think I need to kind of find that balance again. So I wouldn't have it any other way as far as the go, go, go. But I've also been burnt out and had to like slow down and take a step back. I should have gone to a cabin for a week with no phone probably. But instead, I just kind of like stopped trying to drive and push and force things and just like sat back for a week or two, slowed down, kept working, but tried to just like let things kind of fall into place,
What
trying to
year is
figure out
this?
what direction. This was only probably 2 years back. I
Oh, this
kinda
is 2
slowed down.
years
Yeah, yeah,
back?
this was like
Oh, I thought this
while
was, like,
running Blackout. I'm
pre-COVID.
jumping all over the place, but what I'm talking about right now,
Oh,
slowing
okay.
down, taking a step back to kinda like, because I was just kind of forcing it felt like, kinda like trying to hammer that nail in, but couldn't figure if I was investing that energy in the right direction, spending my time the right way. So, taking that step back was, like, really important. And
Explain that step back. Like, what do you mean? How did you take a step back?
so, for instance, as a business owner, it's not a 9 to 5. So, uh, you never quite feel like your day is done. So you
Mm.
never really get that serotonin release like, "Oh, that task's complete. Now I can watch a movie with the wife." You never really quite get there. It's always just out of reach. And so taking that step back was just me essentially trying not to force it. Like at the end of the night when that little voice in your head's like, "Ah, you got to like try to get through this to-do list. You got to make sure you get back to those texts, get back to the emails, make sure you respond to that lead,
Mm.
get your programs prepped for tomorrow." It was more so like, okay, let me just get like my top 3 priorities done, and then I'm just gonna call it quits for the day. I'm just gonna like see what I need to do. I'm gonna try to actually like chill out a little bit,
See, this sounds like a
which is
sales
hard to do.
sounds like a sales job.
Well,
You know what I mean?
it's everything, man. Yeah,
When I
marketing,
when I used to be
sales.
in those roles, man, that was my biggest pet peeve. I never knew when I was allowed to stop, and
Which job we talking about?
like a sales role. Any sales job that I had ever post-college, I'd sit in sales jobs.
Well, sales job, commission job, like anything like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Like, if you don't work, you don't get paid.
right.
Yeah, okay, so with Blackout Training, how does this start? When does it start? How old is it?
2020
Oh,
launched
so
it
this
during
is
the
almost
pandemic.
6 years old.
Yeah, almost
Damn.
getting there, bro. It's
Um,
flying by, man.
man, see, okay, there's so many questions I have about this, and I can gear it in this way where I wanna go, like, how Like, give me some success stories or give me some, how do you blend training with your, an eating plan? How do you try to sneak in a little bit of personal beliefs without making sure that like your client is still wanting to gear it in their own way? Because if I was training and if it was my program, I'd be like, I think I know the best way to do it, right? And I want you to do it, but these people are all different, right? Like, how do you deal with that with an individual?
Well, so for one, you're coming from a type A personality. You've been working out for years.
Yeah.
Now you're a huge runner. I know you're still lifting though, right? Like pretty.
Uh, 4 days a week
Yeah,
still.
right. So you're doing it all. And so you have a lot of experience. Like my wife, she's never been a personal trainer, but she knows more than a lot of personal trainers.
Okay.
Like she's gotten yelled at because she was with a client when her kids at the knack, and they were doing like a personal development day. So she was showing her, trying to help her build some confidence. So they were working out, and one of the trainers came over, and he was like, "You can't train here." She's like, "I'm not a trainer." He's like, "I heard the feedback you were giving." So you're coming at it from that POV. Like you have that intrinsic motivation, you have that knowledge base, and some clients have that for sure. But a lot of the time, what we're dealing with is somebody who may know what to do, but is just looking for that accountability. They might know exactly what to do, but they don't want to remember the names of the exercises. You have to remind them every time, but they can do them perfectly once you remind them what that exercise is called.
Like, even someone who has been exercising for years, I love that. Like, I hit these walls where I go, I'm doing exactly what I know I'm supposed to be doing, but I still want somebody else to just give me a training plan. It doesn't have to be forever. It can be for like 3 months. I just need that little jump
Like a
start
boost
back
now and
into it.
again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need
No, I
that.
feel you. I
And
need that too. I'm a terrible client. I found out.
oh,
I just I'm always giving direction. I'm not too great at like accepting it anymore. Like if I had to go work for somebody again, I don't know how great it would be.
man. So yeah, this is the first
Just
time.
being honest, I'm not the best student right now.
No, I think that's part of the type A thing though. Is like, it's hard for me because I'm also looking at that person. I gotta really almost respect that person to take advice or take guidance from them.
Mm.
Because if I don't, I'm gonna think I can do it better. I think I can do it my way. Or now I'm like almost building a resentment in my head about this person.
This is something I used to talk to my therapist about. I was brought up in like really strict school, right? So I've come to question authority figures and kind of like just immediately be cynical until they prove me wrong. So if they prove their expertise, like my therapist, when I first started doing therapy, I was like, this is bullshit. Like, but then she won me over because I thought it was gonna be some frou frou, like, oh yeah, tell me more, cry on my shoulder, vent. But it was more so like she would actively listen. And at the very end of the session, when I was like, what am I here for? I was thinking, like, what am I here for? She spat back. She gave me like answers, actionable steps. She like diagnosed different things. Because she was just actively listening. So it takes a lot to win me over. I'm the same way. I just naturally go into things kind of doubting
Yeah,
somebody until they prove me wrong.
me too. No, it's a problem
It's
with
I think
me.
it's I think it's healthy, but probably who hurt you as a kid kind of thing. Like who hurt you?
Well, I also like, all right, if I'm gonna, yeah, who hurt you as a kid thing. I used to not believe in the this childhood trauma, like this big proponent of like everyone just uses these words
There's
now
a
these
fine
days.
line. There's a fine line.
But then I go through therapy too, man,
There's a fine line.
and I'm sitting in it going, all right, maybe these certain ticks that I have are because of something that I learned when I was 9 years old or when I was 13. Like, all right, well, how do I adjust this now? So like the last podcast we just did, I kind of bashed therapy a little bit, and it's weird because I bash it, and then all of a sudden, like 10 minutes into our conversation, I go, oh shit, maybe I need to go back
But
to
well,
therapy,
it's
dude.
I think there's a fine line, man, because I know I have some family even who they've been in therapy for so many years, and they use they use words like triggered and trauma
Yeah.
and all these different things and uh, they've had some wins, but they're still like in really terrible places. Like, so where are the actionable steps? Where's the ROI? Where's the fruitfulness? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like at a certain point, you're going to therapy to go to therapy and tell people about your therapy, but it's not solving any problems. So I think there's a fine line. Like, there's got to be something you do on your own outside of that, and use it for what it's worth. But don't go count on therapy to like fix you.
Like you just said,
People use it as a crutch.
they're in a bad place. Okay. This is where I struggle with it because I'm in a bad place sometimes, but people will perceive that, oh, I take care of myself. I eat a certain way. I look a certain way. You don't see the bad place that I'm in when I'm in a bad place where I can look at somebody else's life and I'm not judging them or whatnot, but I can just say they appear to be more in a bad place than I am at times, or I just don't stay in that bad place as long. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Like someone can look at you and be like, you're fit, you're healthy, you eat well, you have a wife, you have a business, but it's like you might be in a way worse place a lot of days, and people don't really come to you. Like, it's tough, man, but, like, people don't come up to you and be like, "Hey, man, do you need to talk?" When it's like, you might need to talk more than that person who appears to be in a bad place.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I
it
can relate.
sucks. Yeah, like,
Sucks.
and I have an outlet for it, though. Like, luckily, I do have an outlet for it. I have, like, a couple mentors in my life that I call every single day. And, I have like a health one. And then I have a buddy I used to run with. I'll talk to him. Then I have like a sponsor in AA. And then I have these other ones that now I'm helping other people as well. So, but
It's so isn't it nice to be able to look at somebody else's life and try to help them fix their problems?
oh,
That's my go-to,
I'm
bro.
a
Like,
sponsor to
yeah.
people in AA, which is the greatest thing that can ever be done.
My point by saying it though is like it's easier than attacking what you need to take care of maybe sometimes, you know?
So listening to that podcast with Matthew McConaughey, they were talking about this. Chris Williamson, he does Modern Win stuff. I love this guy. Um, he he talks about that where it's so weird that we can bring up somebody else, we can kind of find their flaws, help them fix it, praise them, help them, and then we turn around and we kick ourselves in the nuts, you know? Which is like people don't see that part where it's like I might be like helping someone out, but then I'm bashing myself. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like I'm my own worst critic
It's a
over and
double
over
standard,
again.
man. My
Yeah.
little bro, he's going through it right now. He's got his issues in and out of AA and stuff like that. Some mental health issues. And over the last year, he's been doing better than he has in quite some time. So he would like to multiple family members. I think he was doing it with my dad, my sister. We would schedule like weekly calls. We'd hop on a call. We'd check in on each other, just shoot the shit. You know, nothing deep. 10 minutes or however long it took. Could be 5 minutes. And I thought it was really cool, and I was kind of excited for him. And then like he kind of went ghost, which is kind of
Mm.
as these things happen. So
Oh
I
yeah.
figured, maybe he relapsed, maybe he's going through some shit, maybe he got broken up with, and it was something along those lines. But he has this tendency, and I tried telling him, he doesn't like to listen to me though. Um, the whole reason you were investing in your family and making that time for the phone calls was so that you can nurture that relationship, so that when you need the help, then we're there. But the minute you need it, you back off again. So how does that make sense? But easier said than done, I guess too.
Do you want me to
We're all
explain it to
guilty of
you?
it. Yeah, please, please.
I can give you a little explanation. You can't
I'm
help
sure
them.
it's like straight out of the 12 steps.
Yeah, you can't help them, man. It's like I've been there too, and I was talking to a cousin about it the other day. I can maybe try to gear it this way. She's like, I think I know what's best for my little brother, which was also my cousin, and I'm sitting there just hearing them go, I can cradle them. I can put them up on this pedestal. I will help them through this. But like, no matter, I know he's family and I know he's your brother, but like the sad part is like, it's going to take somebody else from these rooms to help him out. It's tough, man. It's the simplest answer is like, you probably can't do as much as you wish you could, you know?
I recognize that. I
I
see it a
wish,
lot.
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I wish it was as easy to help your brother as it is to help one of your clients,
Right.
you know?
Well, you see the same thing with clients though, whether it be like, the parent reaches out because they want their kid to get in better shape, and they don't want to hear it from dad.
Mm.
They don't want to hear what old fat dad, or maybe dad's in shape, but they don't want to hear it from dad. They don't want to hear it from mom. The same thing with partners, which is I see it all the time in my industry. So I get it. I get it. You need those outside sources, people maybe you haven't known your entire life, who haven't like beat you up in your teenage years, uh, shit like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's right there. It's like, I don't want to hear it from dad,
Yeah.
but even though he might have the best insight, right? But at the same time, I want to go to somebody else to help me do it. Like I want somebody else's opinion. That's just like with your brother. At the same time, I know my family wants what's best for me, and a lot of the stuff that they say is the best thing that I could be hearing. At the same time, maybe it's the childhood stuff. Like I don't want to hear from them. It takes somebody else to get there. Maybe, and I'm not saying I don't look up to them or I don't respect or anything. It is just it takes an outsider, and that's where like men need men as well, and stuff like this, and that's why like the program does help out a lot. But like, all right, so when it comes to blackout training, say you take a client, like how do you take a client to go from, like, do you have a success story? What's your greatest success story? Let's start there. Do you have
Starting a
one?
company.
Oh, no, no. Okay, so you're the greatest success story.
No, the
Yeah.
company, man. Company's bigger than me. Just glad I freaking did it. Had the balls.
No,
That's
like,
all.
who's your favorite client that you took from? You don't have to say a name or anything like that, but just an example of how you take
Oh man, I mean, there's tons of good examples out there. How about I'll give two quick ones. I'll
Okay.
call them both out too. We have one. There's so many good ones that. Oh man, there's too many.
You can gear it this way. You can say like an athlete that you took that
Yeah,
ended up
that's what I'm gonna
becoming
do.
a
I'm
really
thinking of
good
like three
one,
different
or like a weight
demographics.
loss one, you know?
So we got Christian Webster. He started with me probably like I think January of 2021. And I think he's a senior this year, so he just turned 17. He's put on like 40 pounds of muscle. He plays all kinds of different sports. 40 pounds of muscle, dude. And I can't claim all the credit for that. You know, he hit puberty and all that, but just all of his numbers are through the roof. He's so strong. And another reason why he comes to mind right off the top of my head is because he's just such a good kid. He's one of those people that you just love to work with. He has the best attitude. He wants to learn. He's also smart as tits. He is like, I didn't even know you could get over a 4 GPA.
Dude, I found that out recently too. There's like 4.6s. I
He's like
didn't
a
know.
4.6. He's in all AP classes, man. He's also an athlete. He's also respectful to his parents. He's just like literally who I wish I was as a kid.
Damn.
And the kid, he had all this schoolwork. You know, he had like this packet he's supposed to do over the summer, right? He waits till the night before, gets it all done.
Oh, he's one of
Hundreds
those- I
across
hate
board. He's
these
just
people.
a whiz, bro.
Yeah.
He works hard, but at the same time, he's just got this gift. Then we got Denny, Big D, no longer a client, but he started with me right at the beginning of the company, 2020, and we worked together probably 2 years. He came to me super overweight. He was on ED meds, blood pressure meds, all kinds of shit. And over the course of us working together, he lost like 50 pounds. Came off I remember we started our session one time, and he's like, dude. I'm like, what? He's like, I had morning wood today.
Oh,
and I was
fuck
like,
yeah.
yo, let's fucking go, D. And the guy's just a maniac, man. You know, as his energy increased because he was getting in better shape, he started like picking up all these hobbies. He started woodworking. He built a gym in his freaking shed. He built me like my own fold down desk. So every session I would show up, put my program down. I had my own desk. He started creating these tables. He would like put the lacquer on it. First he'd like paint them or whatever, put the lacquer on it, and he was like selling these freaking tables. It was just a really cool thing to see. His wife started training with us.
That's the best success story in my opinion because it just proves that you didn't like people walk into a gym and they go, I want to get in shape. You know, I want to look like Tarzan. You know, I want that like big shoulder,
Right.
6-pack. I want that Jane. I want to swing through the trees.
It's a common, yeah, right.
Yeah. But the things people don't understand, like or people do understand, but it's everything else that comes from when you feel good. When you look good, you feel good. The discipline that's created from going into that gym every single day or whatever days a week that you go in, and then all of a sudden your life improves exponentially. And so starts doing woodworking,
Across
his
the board, dude.
relationships,
Yeah.
his other issues that he was having start improving. Like it's just your mental health. Like people like that extra, let's just say 30 minutes to an hour and a half, whatever it is that you exercise, just will tenfold make your life so much better.
It definitely made a big change in his life, almost to a fault. His wife was like, he's got too much energy now. He's always moving. I can never get him to like sit down on the couch. It was almost to a fault. And then another really good one, current client of mine, Emily, she is paraplegic.
Oh.
First time I've ever worked with a client like that. And we've been working together, I think coming up on 3 years. So she has no movement, no control from like, I forget which vertebrae it is, but legs down. But she has feeling. And over the course of us working together, we've done a lot of functional stuff as well as, you know, standard strength training. But it forces me to get creative and outside of my comfort zone. So we're always coming up with new exercises. It's made so she has like a home care like nurses and whatnot, as well as her husband. It's made their lives easier from, you know, transferring her from her chair to the bed. She's almost to a point we've been messing around with. I mean, I don't want to say almost to a point, but we've been experimenting with. And to me, if we figure out a couple more little hacks, theoretically, she should be able to transfer herself from the bed to the chair herself.
I
Which
thought
is
you were going to say she
freaking
could
crazy.
start walking.
We don't know. The sky's the limit. Doctors don't know what to tell her. She said she's been having dreams recently about walking, and I don't know if that's like her body. Like she was like, oh, I don't know if it's my body kind of coming to terms and accepting that I won't, or it, I don't know. We don't know. But we've been doing all kinds of standing exercises. This summer, we started dabbling with her parents live around the corner, and they have a really nice pool. So we started doing pool workouts. We're doing workouts from the floor. And it's just so cool to see that transition, improve the quality of her life. And we don't know if she'll walk again ever or not. But we're just kind of like knock on every door, turning over every stone until we find out.
How did she become paraplegic?
Right before COVID, she took a little tumble. They have this beautiful property,
Oh my God.
and there's a big hill behind it.
Okay.
And she like slipped on some leaves and just rolled down,
Are you
broke her
fucking
back.
kidding me?
Yeah, wild.
Oh
And
my
she's like a super
God.
active hiker and everything. Really terrible.
How did she take it mentally?
Initially really tough. This was before I knew her, so she reached out, I guess, like a year after the accident. So I've only ever known her as, you know, paraplegic. But I know it was tough for her in the beginning. But she's a freaking rock star, man. We train 3 times a week, and she just stays positive for the most part. She goes through it, but
And you didn't say no to this. You took this as kind of a challenge to say, okay, this is an obstacle that I'm not used to, but like,
yeah,
let's approach it.
scary.
Let's get some upper body. Let's get some back, things like that. Just do what we can do.
Yeah, yeah, right. It was totally out of my wheelhouse. But now we do. She has a standing machine, so we'll put her in the standing machine and do all kinds of trunk control movement. We'll do bed days. So on the bed days, we'll do push-ups from the bed and crunches, and then we'll get her up on her knees so she can do like some lateral flexion. Chair almost went over. Some
Yeah.
lateral flexion and some extension and flexion, and just practice like sitting upright. And recently we did the pull stuff, and now the floor work. And I'm like muscling it around, just like, all right, here we go. Just lay her on the floor.
Do
But
you-
it's good. It gets me outside of my comfort zone. It's fun. It's like stimulating because it's not just like a cookie cutter program. It's not just somebody trying to look like Tarzan, or lose a bunch of weight.
She's trying to look like Stephen Hawking. I'm just kidding.
Dude,
I'm
you have to cut that.
I'm just
out.
kidding. I'm just
Jesus
kidding.
Christ.
But no, I'd love to have her on seriously because I would like to know this journey of like
We couldn't get her down here, bro. It's not handicapped accessible.
you carry her.
I could,
Um,
100%.
no, I mean like, but that's somewhat. Is there a possibility she could walk again?
There is. We don't know. And we talk about it. We have open conversations about it. I always tell her, hey, we're not going to get our hopes up, but we're going to try this. We're going to try that.
I believe it, and this is why. And maybe you read motivational books or anything like that, but cellular regeneration, I 100% believe. Okay, do you know what I'm talking about? If you
Have a
believe your
concept.
cells can heal, they can start to heal. And now it seems a little woo woo, and it almost seems like a character or comic book character type thing, like we're almost like a mutation in a
Yeah.
way that we're starting to do it. But at the same time, if you look at like a normal scrape that we get, and I know being a paraplegic is not the same thing, but if you look at a cut that you get and you come back a few days later, that cut is healed, right? Your cells knew what to do, it knows what to do. I think I believe that I would never give up hope if I was her.
I don't think she has.
Yeah.
And I don't think
Wow, what a story that would be.
it's still ongoing. It's like scary to talk about because I don't want to jinx anything. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. I don't know what's possible, and the doctors don't either. That's the crazy part about it. Some people have recovered from things like that. The majority don't, so the doctors can't tell her anything. But we've been having these conversations recently, and I was like, oh, hey, not to get your hopes up or anything or jump the gun, but if we continue on the trajectory that we are, we keep trying all these different things. She's getting more feeling in her legs, and there's this like rigidity thing, right? So because she's sitting all the time in certain positions, she's not getting a ton of blood flow, right?
Mm.
But since we've been implementing the pool days, the swimming, and strength exercises underwater, and the floor work, and just all the different shit, the standing, she's getting into positions that she hasn't been in the last like 3 years. And so the rigidity is just like not there. Her legs are loose when I go to put them back on the feet rest. And so there's like just changes in her body happening. We don't know exactly what she's capable of or what all of it means. I'm a personal trainer. I'm not a physical therapist. I'm not a doctor. I do my research and I can make educated guesses, but it's all kind of up in the
But
air.
who's to say that you can't do it? You know what I mean?
Nobody's saying it.
Like there's this weird thing that like only like this belief that only a doctor can do this and only a so and so can do this. I think it's silly. I think that I don't. I just have this belief that why can't you? And
Bro, I'll quit as a personal trainer. If she starts walking down the road, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm never gonna have another experience like this again. I can walk away from personal training, if I can make one. I'm not like, I'm not one of those guys. It's like, you have to love, you should love what you do. No day of work should feel like a day of work. What's that fucking corny cliche saying?
if you love what you do, then it's not work.
You
That
know what I
whole
mean?
thing? Yeah,
That kind of mindset. I'm not really that guy,
bro. If you get her to walk on water, dude, it's just like
bro. I'll be a
like,
saint.
oh,
I'll be a
dude, you're just
saint.
gonna be Jesus.
No,
Blackout Jesus.
But I'm
That's
just
what it'll
saying,
be.
if I could accomplish something like that in my career, I would never would have thought that was possible. And so the conversation we're having anyway to keep on track is, at some point maybe we need to refer you to like some sort of physical therapy. She's done it in the past, but with our newfound muscle gain and function and neural pathways that are opening up and mitochondria that's activating and blood flow, There may be a point that we need to talk about me referring you out to like a physical therapist so they can work on that small motor function with tools that I don't have. So we'll see.
You just said mitochondria. Okay. I'm gonna segue a little bit with methylene blue. Do you know
I've been
about it?
hearing all about it. I know like
Do you know what it
they have the
does?
commercials. No, no, tell me about it.
I've been taking it
It
every
looks
so
expensive.
often.
So I was like, oh, I don't need it.
It's like $40 for a vial of it, and you
Okay.
want to get like the pharmaceutical grade stuff. And I'm not. Maybe I shouldn't be taking it, but like it, I thought it was going to give me like a little bit more of a boost. It didn't really do that. I'll say, I wake up some mornings, I have a bit of anxiety, and I kinda have to shake that anxiety off a little bit, and, you know, um, it may take 15, 20 minutes to get rid of that anxiety, and I'd be taking the methylene blue, and I would wake up and be like, "I don't really have this anxiety anymore," but mentioning mitochondria, it's supposed to increase your ATP, which is the energy
Artemisinin
source,
triphosphate. Yeah.
yeah, of your mitochondria, which is supposed to be the powerhouse of the cell. It's supposed to increase your energy throughout. I don't think I really noticed any type of increased energy,
Hmm.
but I did notice because people use it as an antidepressant. So I noticed a little bit of anxiety go away in the morning.
How long have you been using it?
4 months.
And I would imagine that it's not like you take it and you feel it then and there. It's like there's a compounding effect.
I guess. I get it's not a pill. It's not like a some kind of medication that you take and it kicks in
Right,
30
right, right.
minutes. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to stop taking. And I kind of stopped taking it. I was doing it probably every day for a good, like, 6 or 8 weeks, seeing if I noticed a difference, but then it's that weird thing, like, I don't know if it's doing anything 'cause
Yeah, I know. It's just like taking your vitamins though. Like just don't stop.
that's all
Just
it
because you don't
is.
feel anything happening doesn't mean like it's not good for you.
It's a vitamin. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like that, so I don't really know if it increased anything, but, one thing though, and I think you'll be happy about this is, alright, so I talked to you maybe 6 weeks ago, you're sitting in the tavern, and I was like, "Dude, what do I gotta do, bro? I feel like I'm exhausted." You remember this conversation
Yeah,
we're
yeah, yeah,
having?
I do. Yeah.
Alright, and
I
I
was sitting
was
in the middle of the bar.
yeah.
I don't know if you're just getting on your shift or you were serving.
No, I think I was managing, but I was
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
and I was telling you I was eating more vegetarian and I was doing all this. All right. So I'm training for this new half marathon. It's in, like a week and a half. And through the last half marathon that
Oh,
I
I thought you
trained,
said marathon.
dude, I've done marathons,
Well, I
bro.
was
I
just
don't,
picturing you said you wanted to average like a 7-10 mile, and I was like,
7:10 or a half, I think is still pretty good.
but yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
100%, absolutely.
Bro. So my goal
But still,
is,
I was just thinking marathon.
once I plan to never run a marathon again because of that training is strenuous and the way you feel afterwards is brutal.
Mm.
But, yeah, I'm okay. A half marathon's perfect, man. You feel like you accomplished something. If you put in a certain amount of work, you feel like you can achieve a 7-minute mile without being destroyed at the end. I can still show up for work afterwards, you know? But,
Is that 12 miles?
13.1,
13.1.
which is so the last one I trained for, I did it all vegetarian. So I went vegetarian again for 3 months. I didn't touch meat, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna see." Like, this is part of what we do. This is I'm experimenting with my body, right? And, and I do it, and I run at, like, a 7:49 pace, okay? So now I'm like, "All right, I think, like, this is good. I'm below 8 minutes." I haven't this is probably the quickest one I ran. It's an hour and 42 minutes. And then I was like, "All right, well, like, let's just see if I do it a little bit differently." I've increased my protein, like, doubled it, right? I think I was
Okay.
telling you I was eating, like, 70 or 90
Yeah.
grams of protein.
Well, it's hard to get when you're
Yeah, it
and
is.
I don't think you were doing any supplements or anything at the time
Nothing.
either, right?
And I used to be a huge proponent of, "You don't need it. You don't need it," because I was vegetarian for 7 years, right? And 190 pounds. Like, I was pretty skinny.
Yeah.
And
What
I
are you
was
now?
still, like,
210?
202.
Toto?
Yeah, which is fine because I've been running a bunch, and I kinda I wanted to be around 200 for this. But, dude, I start my day with a smoothie of, like, it's spinach, celery, lemon, beets, um, banana, sea moss, and then I add a scoop of 32 grams of protein, and that's the first thing I do. So I'm gonna, alkaline my body with, good
Yeah.
fruits and vegetables, mainly vegetable smoothie.
Sounds like it's probably more powerful than a coffee
Oh, dude,
as far as
it's
energy-wise.
fantastic,
Yeah.
right? And now that's what I do, and then I'll eat, like, 4 eggs and a piece of tuna, okay?
You're eating meat now,
Oh, I've
not just
completely
shit.
swapped out
Shit, bro.
that I am eating, like, probably about 160, maybe more grams of protein a day, so now I'm eating this big piece of 40-gram protein tuna, 4 eggs, and some beans, and then I pretty much just eat the same thing. It could be dinner, it could be, like, some kimchi, tuna, beans, and some eggs, and now I'm just eating shrimp and all this stuff. So it's been the opposite, and I it's this goes back on so many old beliefs. but I have energy right now, and I'm fuller longer.
Last time we talked about it, you were like so
Bro,
anti. I was like, hey man, what if
bro,
when I wrote up your training plan, I remember saying something like
I know I looked at it.
increase your weight as far as progressive overload and
Bro, I've lost weight.
protein intake so that uh to prevent muscle wasting or something of that nature.
Bro, I'm still lifting kinda where I wanna be for
You
training
lost
for a
weight
half.
from then,
Oh, I've lost,
so like
like,
you're
probably
feeling better, like
17 pounds
and
or something.
you're on board with it, right? Like you're not trying to gain weight back or whatever.
Bro, I can't eat enough to gain weight right
Right, right,
now,
right.
which is odd. Like, which
Protein keeps you full, nourishes the body.
bro, I was eating, like
You're like a well-oiled machine right now. The way you train, it's like an athlete. So you need like what you can get
my
for that
food's not
ability.
even that seasoned, dude. Like, I'm pretty much just I'm eating it to make sure that I can wake up today and run 9 miles, knock it out, do this podcast, take care of a few other things I gotta do today, and it's like, it's it is so contradictory to the way that I used to talk about food where was I was so anti ever eating meat again. I never thought I would touch meat again.
Where did that all start, by the way? I'm so curious. I know Ross and Katie.
I started them on it.
You started them on it.
So,
Are they
um,
still?
I no, I think Katie might be just because I don't think she ever really ate
I think
meat.
Ross was always back and forth.
Ross eats like fish now, I think, and he has for a while. But it started with my sister and I. I've always been into actually my sister Megan. Always been into like training or running or something like that, and I was struggling with like I just could not lose weight. I just couldn't figure it out. And she reads this book called The Beauty Detox by Kimberly Snyder. And she's like, read this book, tell me what you think. And it is pretty much the 3-step guide to go vegetarian. And she's traveled around the world, had all these different diets, found the best one that she thinks will work. I read this book, and at the end of it, it says, try this for 6 weeks. The first 2 weeks, is gonna be an adjustment period. The next 2 weeks is you're kind of gonna get used to it, and by the third week, your cells are gonna flip or something, and you're gonna be like okay with this way of eating.
Hmm.
So I tried for 6 weeks, and I lose a bunch of weight, and I have a bunch of energy. I'm like, oh, this is nice. And so I'm like, I'll do it for 3 months, and that 3 months turned into 3.5 years of pure vegan. I mean, I wasn't even eating honey.
Wild.
Like, it was well, yeah, and now I'm, like, making this a culinary experience because I was a head chef at the time, so I'm, like, making lentil meatballs and black bean burgers and everything I can to try to increase this, and then I'm watching every documentary. I think I've read 13 books in 6 months on the topic, so I'm, like, now I'm of the educational variety. I'm gonna learn this. And then, I remember around 3.5 years, I started eating cheese again. I mean, I don't remember what it was that I ate cheese, but, um now I'm like, but I will never eat meat again. And now I'm also having these beliefs of animal agriculture is a sin to the world. I believed in climate change at the time. I don't really anymore. And the health benefits of it when it comes to type 2 diabetes. And now every single, and I was in college at the time too. Every paper that I wrote, I could be in business law, but I was writing it on the effects of veganism or something. Everything.
I feel like at this point you should be a nutritionist. What are you doing?
Oh, I could. But maybe I was wrong. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
yeah, but you're taking it for what it's worth. You're absorbing it. You're experimenting with it and experiencing it personally. And that gives you authority to speak on it, whether you think it's like good for other people or if you enjoy the experience, right? Like in your case, you're kind of coming back on the other end and you're seeing benefits with something else now.
I needed these last 8 weeks because it has changed. I'll say I still take so much from what all of that education that I learned, but I don't like when it comes to micronutrients over macronutrients, like, I still absolutely believe, like, a any kind of vegetable or a fruit is gonna give me those type of micronutrients that I might not be able to get from a piece of meat, you
Right.
know?
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
100%.
like the phosphates and the magnesium and the nitrate, like all these things that I want. And then at the same time, though, these last 8 weeks have been such a mental learning experience where I'm going, I'm not having these kind of lulls that I was having when I was eating pretty vegetarian. And I'm staying pretty full. Oh, dude, bro, let's get some ribs, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
man. Let's
yeah, dude.
go. That's exciting.
Oh, it is.
We'll go
And
freaking get some barbecue.
oh, you know what's funny? How I broke my 7 years of veganism or vegetarianism, it is kind of sad. I knew I was about to break up with my ex, right? And I'm not saying I became like a cock, but I was just trying to do everything I could to try to make sure that I was like not gonna end this relationship. Maybe that was the wrong word to use, But like, yeah, because that gives a different meaning than what I'm saying. A simp, I should say, or something like,
Okay, all
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, a simp. Because is a way different word. That's not what I was saying, dude. But no, but like I was just trying, and I'm sitting there going like, maybe if I just break my vegetarianism, she'll stay with me. Like this is
Mm.
kind of sad.
Okay,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
this is like to the length that I got, and you know, it's weird to see it in other people do it, and you're going, damn, what a sour, like a sorry dude, you know, and.
We've all been
I
there.
ate a 24-ounce ribeye, I ate a Chilean sea bass and crab, and I sit there and it was right after I passed this test that I needed to pass for work, and, um, dude, and I break it, and I just then all of a sudden, like, my life just followed a whole different path, but that's how I break my vegetarianism was
Okay.
a bunch of meat.
How's your body been handling it otherwise, as far as like your gut and all
I've
that?
never had an issue, dude.
Really?
I like that whole thing saying like, "Oh, you're gonna get sick from eating meat again." It didn't affect me,
I
dude.
pictured more so like digestive issues, if anything. Like it doesn't sound
Like
like you're doing a ton of
constipation,
red meat.
diarrhea, stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff like that, or like some people, for instance, red meat, lots of steak or beef can be hard for them to digest, so they need, especially like bodybuilders when they're eating like massive amounts of food and protein. It'll affect people or other people with more sensitive guts. Red meat can sometimes be harder to break down as opposed to other proteins. So I was just curious if
What do
like
you mean?
harder to break down, as in like it'll give you heartburn or indigestion, or you might have the shits.
You know what I do, and I think this might curve it a little bit, is well, one, I try to eat a bunch of fermented food, like, in my lunch, I'll try to eat kimchi or sauerkraut or something like that.
Okay.
So I think that helps out, I don't know, maybe it doesn't, but I also try to only eat in, like, a 6 or 7-hour window, so
Does
I
kefir count as
kefir?
kefir? I've heard it
Is
said
that
both
a
way. I
probiotic?
thought it was kefir. It's a probiotic, but does that count as fermented at all?
I don't think there's any fermented progress, that's just like a
No?
butter, right?
No, no, no. You, my buddy, we went camping in Jim Thorpe recently.
Is he
I wasn't
Indian?
exactly sure. What?
Is he Indian?
No, no.
Oh.
He's just a freaking my buddy Rob Smith, and I've had kefir before, and I was like, this is good. I like it. I know probiotics are good for you and all that, and I'm always looking for good things for my gut. And so we're on our trip, and he brought milk, brought this little glass mason jar, and these little kefir. I forget what they were, like little pellets essentially. It's like a yeast. You know how like you
Oh.
reuse the same yeast mix for bread, you never
Yeah,
throw it
yeah,
away.
yeah, yeah.
It's like that. And so he would put it in this little mason jar with the milk, let it sit for a day or two, and make his own kefir.
Whoa, that's
So it's
how
like
he
a
did it?
fermentation process. Yeah.
I, one of my favorite people that I know is Indian, and he'd always bring it over, but I was vegan at the time of knowing it. He's vegetarian
Right,
because he's
right.
Indian, it's just his culture. And, so I don't know, I don't know, I didn't know it as a fermented type thing,
That
I
would
didn't
be
know.
fermented though, right? Kind of.
Uh,
I don't know.
I don't
I'm
know.
unclear.
No, we'll have to figure that out,
Yeah.
but I also give myself, I don't ever really eat breakfast, so I feel like when it comes to heartburn, things like that, I think for my case, when I would eat, you know, in an 18-hour window, which is kind of the opposite of what I do, where I
Right.
fast in an 18-hour window now, I think if I'm just packing stuff into my gullet, dude, that's gonna cause some heartburn. Like, I'm not giving my body any time to digest. If I
Yeah.
give my body that time to digest, there shouldn't really be that stomach acid. I mean, I don't know. This is my own belief, but if I'm, yeah, so I don't know. But I don't really suffer from heartburn. When I stopped drinking and stopped smoking cigs and stuff,
Right.
that heartburn kind of went away. Do you get heartburn?
If I'm eating crappy.
Like, what's crappy mean?
Like when I used to work at the Consav, used to drink a lot more than I do now. If I drink too much, or like let's say I'm on vacation
Yeah.
and we have more drinks than normal, more food outside of my normal food pyramid than normal. I might get some heartburn. I might take something for it. But if I'm eating healthy, not I'm not a smoker and all that. Uh, the way I know is if I'm eating healthy enough is if I have heartburn or not.
That should be an indicator. That's
That's
one
the indicator. That's it.
cool thing about our body is that we can be our own science experiment, you know?
You kind of have to be.
Um, and it's so we're talking about the gut biome. One thing that I really did pull from the vegetarian thing that I like is there's probiotics and prebiotics, and I think a lot of people don't really talk about that
Right.
much. Like we all, everyone talks probiotic, but the prebiotic, like a bean, is a prebiotic. Now, if you put that in your body first, that's going to be somewhat of the soil, right? And then you put the probiotic in after that, and that's going to be more of the seed for your gut, right? So I'm laid down the foundation of my gut with some beans, things like that, or other prebiotics.
Well, name some other prebiotics for me, not to put you on the spot, but I'm
Man,
just
beans, legumes
any
are
kind of
the biggest
legume,
ones that
bean.
I know,
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
and then you put the seed in there to the probiotic, and now it's gonna help that kinda
Mm.
grow your gut bacteria. And then there's yogurts, things like that as well, but that's how like there is things that I pulled from the vegetarian that I 100% still believe is, I'm gonna run with those beliefs because they kind of worked for me. And now I'm in this new era of eating a lot more meat. But yeah, eating a lot more meat, and it's kind of giving me this different perspective. Like I feel different.
What are
I
your thoughts on so my old co-host on my podcast, Gar? Shout out to Gar. Since left, got a gym in Westchester, but he to this day, as far as I know, is carnivore. So all he eats is red meat, like all day, every day.
What are
Um,
my thoughts on it?
yeah, I know.
I have thoughts on it.
What are your thoughts on it?
Diverticulitis. Like that's my
Oh,
first
really?
thought.
Really?
Like where's the fiber? Like you gotta have some kind of fiber in it,
My
right?
buddy got diverticulitis, but I mean, he's not a super healthy guy. I guess could have happened any which way. But I know he can't have like tomatoes and
Yeah, or like sesame seeds and stuff like that
yeah.
because it gets stuck in there. That's why I start with that smoothie is because now I'm gonna that's gotta have like 40 grams of fiber in it, like right off the bat. Like it's just vegetables and some fruit. Like I think having that fiber in you, you need fiber. Your body needs fiber, right? If you eat a sweet potato, it's gonna go through you. It's gonna help clean out your colon. Now, if you're just eating meat,
Trying to
like
think of what else he eats, but I really can't.
is he just eating meat?
Meat, cheese. He'll drink like a gallon of goat milk in a day. Like I've seen him. I know if he's on vacation, sometimes he's one of the most just consistent. What's the word I'm looking for? Just
Consistent carnivore? Like,
yeah, no, yeah, well, yeah, consistent carnivore, but just like dedicated. He's very, very consistent. Whatever, yeah.
he's type A, so he's probably a type
Very
A
type
guy.
A. He just doesn't mess about. He just doesn't slack off. He doesn't have cheat days or anything like that. But I've seen him eat like a cheesecake once or twice.
See, how do you feel about cheat days?
Cheesecake?
Cheat days.
Cheat days.
Yeah. So we can talk about cheesecake too, dude. Like,
Cheat days. I think it's a gym bro mentality. It's just like it's like
yeah.
a fad. It's like I work out, so I must have cheat days. I don't think one way or the other about them. Like
Yeah.
have them, don't have them.
I used to go every Sunday night. I was allowed to eat whatever I wanted to eat. And then I would wake up on Monday and go, why would I do that, man? Why would I prep my body for 6 days worth of healthy, just meat and because I guess right now what I do is more paleo, I guess it would be considered just meat and vegetables.
Okay.
Yeah, I have some chips or a cookie every now and then still, but um and then I wake up with this like I would eat like Chinese food on a Sunday night and blast my body full of these like hydrogenated oils and stuff like that and go, why am I doing this? When like I like eating a piece of seared tuna fish as, like I enjoy that more than just getting this blasted General
Yeah.
Tso's chicken,
Yeah.
or like I'll just eat maybe another ribeye,
Yeah, man. Hell, I mean, we just had ribeye last night.
best cut of meat.
Yeah,
What would be your cut of meat?
it's up there, man. But we go to Costco. We get these like 9 pound tenderloins, filet mignon.
Yeah,
And I was never a filet mignon guy. Prime rib, probably one of my tops.
that's ribeye.
Because I like exactly. I like the fat. And I like to just like sear that shit and keep it red in the middle. Absolutely phenomenal. But my wife, she's very picky with meat textures and whatnot.
Mm.
So filet tends to be her favorite cut of steak because it's very fine marbled and you're not getting those like big streaks of fat, which I like. But and so I've gotten really good at cooking fillets. And bro, these fillets, they hit different. I'll have to make you one sometime.
Oh, dude, I'll cook you a ribeye.
Like
Cook me a
it's really
filet.
thick. Yeah, man.
I'll do a cast iron filet with just salt and butter. Like I don't need to have all that extra stuff. Just salt, butter, maybe some garlic. But
Literally just tiny bit of garlic. I like that minced garlic. I don't even need the garlic though. Salt and pepper.
yeah, salt and pepper's all you
That's all
need.
you need.
Truly,
A little dollop of butter, maybe if it's
Oh,
on
I
the under
love it
salt
with butter,
side.
dude. Oh, if
That's
I'm
it.
if I'm eating ribeye, I want it like covered in a butter, dude.
Yeah, I like to.
I
Yep,
am.
I throw it on tinfoil when I'm done. A little dollop of butter, just let it sit in there for like 2 minutes while we're getting everything else ready, and boom.
But like I don't eat that often. Like I plan, and so my post marathon, half marathon food is going to be uh nice cut, a nice thick ribeye.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna sear it, and I'm gonna sit there by myself, nobody around. I'm just gonna eat that piece of ribeye. Like I don't even want anybody. Like I'm gonna feel like a dog. Just like don't bother me. Let me just sit there, and I want to like chew it and enjoy every piece of that ribeye.
You gonna have any carbs, man? You're gonna need some fuel.
What before?
After too, I guess.
After? Yeah, I'm sure I'll eat some
Before
carbs.
probably. Yeah. What's your plan for before? What do you do?
Oh, before I run, I don't eat.
Really?
Yeah, dude. A half
Wow.
marathon, I don't feel like I need to,
Okay.
but a full marathon, I got to. So my full marathon is a slice of white toast, and jelly. I eat 2 of those and a banana.
Okay.
Okay, and then I keep a little Gatorade bottle on me while I'm running, and then I give myself that blast of like 40 grams of sugar
Okay.
throughout it. Um, so that's kind of how I got it, and maybe I'll put like some salt in there as well.
Are you running the race with Nick?
That's the Rocky run that he's doing.
Okay.
So I'm doing the Philly distance run.
All right.
I'll probably do the Rocky run too, but the Philly distance run is just first, so I'm doing that.
We got a little 5K coming up. I signed me and my guy on my team up for it. 5Ks, I think they're good for like anybody to dip their toes in the water, right? As a beginner run or whatever.
Mhm.
And they're fun. Don't get me wrong, but to me, a 5K is kind of like a tease, kind of like a little dick tease,
Dude, I don't know if I'll ever run one again, but yeah.
because just by the time you're finishing, that's right when I'm hitting my stride. That's when like that hyperdrive kicks in for me, and I'm like, I could keep going for miles, but it's over. It's like a little tease.
Bro, I feel like now I want to go to the gym. Like, I
Yeah.
know this sounds like some people
Well,
are
you're a
gonna.
different breed entirely with that. How much you run.
Oh, I like to be the hybrid athlete. That's my goal.
Yeah,
Do you know Nick Barr?
I know the name.
He's the hybrid athlete, and that's the
This. Go ahead, continue. I had something to say too
like
about him.
he's the runner and he's the lifter.
So I think what I was about to mention, I think may have been him. I think he's selling a new program or something like that, and it popped up on my feed, and it was like, my goal is to be faster than the lifters and be able to run
Oh,
farther than the and be able to lift more than
is
the
this
runners.
dude with his shirt off? He's kind of talking at the
It's just
camera.
recently I saw it pop up, but I love how he worded that, because that's literally my kind of like my mantra. I just want to be kind of good at everything. He wants to be stronger than the runners and faster than the lifters.
I know who you're
And that's
talking about.
perfect. I love that.
That guy. I saw that recently. He must be paying for ads to be up there
Yeah,
because I'm
you
seeing
saw
it
it
too.
It's
Yeah.
popping up everywhere. Yeah.
But no, that's who I try to be. I want to go in there and I want to be able to run this half marathon while still benching, at least 10 reps of 185. I can still push out some 225. Like, I'm okay with that. I don't need to go heavier than that. But I like that hybrid. That's where I felt like we go back to being human beings 2,000 years ago. I think we would have been more considered like a hybrid athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Well, you'd be considered like the Amish or a farmer, because they're doing strength training, but it's functional. It's always functional, and they're just wiry, man. They're built different. I was built like that as a kid, and then I wanted to bulk up and all that, which is great for aesthetics and whatever. But as far as functional, like, right? And then picture too, like, you have limited resources, so you're hunting, and you can only really expend the calories that you have collected, that you brought back. So you have to conserve energy. Reminds me of like that show Naked and Afraid. Like, you got to try to build that cabin. Is it Naked and Afraid? No, Survivor.
Yeah.
Alone. That was my favorite.
Oh, Alone's cool.
But you have to, like try to build your cabin and figure out your hunting systems before you run out of food, and get this all done while trying to spend as little calories as possible. That's like a very functional, that's how you would live back then.
See, that's where I try not to. I don't think I'll ever get into like the big bodybuilding or anything like that, because then it takes away from being the hybrid.
You can't be good at everything at once, man.
No.
I always try though.
So I try to be right now. My goal is to just be is more running than lifting. But do you know? I don't know even who this guy is, but it's called the Donnie workout that I'm doing right now.
Hmm.
So it is. I've also changed it up where I'm doing isolated workouts now. So I am doing a chest and tri day, a back and bi, a leg day. Whatever. What did I miss? Oh, shoulders.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing that and a lot of abs, right? So it's like I'm doing this, but it's isolated. But it's more of a bodybuilder-esque, like to get
A little
big.
bit. I like that.
This
for
is
you.
what I
I
would
think that's
use
cool. You're
it.
experimenting with it.
So I'm trying to do like kind of this bodybuilder type role, but also still try to run a 7-10 mile for 13 miles.
And with
So
the increased protein, how long have you been doing the increased protein now? Eating meat?
about 8 weeks.
So I would imagine you've already seen some like physical
Oh yeah.
changes, like aesthetically, not just how
The
you
weird thing is
feel.
I've lost weight. I didn't think I would lose weight, and I've lost weight, which is like. But I'm running 35 miles a week.
It kind of came as a byproduct, I think.
Yeah.
Right? You're running a ton, you increase. But see, that's just an interesting point. To all my clients out there and future clients, oftentimes with women, even men sometimes, but they think they need to be in this big caloric deficit. Oh, it's got to be 1,200 calories or this, that, and the third. And they're always going too low. They're not losing the weight. And as soon as we just like nail that protein goal, which is usually pretty high, and then increase those calories, actually, then boom, they start to lose the weight.
I'm gonna
It's
admit it.
just time and time again.
I
Just
was
take my
wrong.
word for it.
I think I was wrong. Yeah,
That's
I'm not saying like
so nice of you to
yeah,
say.
dude. I'll admit it. Like I just my beliefs, I get so stuck in them sometimes, and then I go, God, dude, why am I stuck in this? Because it wasn't even working. My beliefs weren't even really working anymore, and so I have it. But I don't know if I've actually increased the calories as much
Yeah, I'm curious.
because my proteins. You eat a piece of mahi mahi, it's got like 30 grams of protein in it, but it's only like 180 calories, like that
Right.
one piece, right?
Super lean.
And then I'm eating like a can of beans with it or something like that because I still want that fiber and I still like the prebiotic with that. So like the meal might only be 500 calories, but it's got 65, 70 grams of protein
As
sitting in that.
opposed, so what would another meal have looked like without the protein in there? You would have had what? More
Oh, dude, I would have
veggies,
eaten
like
a,
a big
I
bowl
would have
of.
eaten a half a watermelon.
Okay.
Okay. A giant bowl of salad that had quinoa, farro, beans in it.
Okay.
But it would have just been this. It would have taken me 45 minutes to an hour just to eat fucking lunch.
Bro, the
Dude.
amount of because it's so much volume. Plus the amount
Ah,
of time you've probably spent washing and draining veggies, man.
dude, well, this is
Wasting your
this
life
is what I
away.
do. I prep it all on a Monday, and then I just make these giant salads, and I just pull from it. And I
Do
pull
you have
from
like
it.
did you take over your dad's beer fridge in the
Yeah.
garage there?
Yes, I have. Yeah, that's exactly what I've done, dude.
I'm
Yeah,
not surprised. You need room for all that.
yeah. But now I don't. Now it's just meat in the freezer.
Okay.
I'm thinking about being a hunter now.
Yeah,
I gotta
bro.
figure out how
Come
to hunt.
hunting with
Dude.
us.
Oh, you can hunt?
Yeah.
Dude, I've never done it.
It'll be awesome.
Seriously, where do you go?
We go. So I go local. We also go to Wallenpaupack,
Oh,
Hawley,
Lake
Pennsylvania. Lake
Wallenpaupack?
Wallenpaupack.
Love
My
that
buddy owns a
place.
property over there.
So you're going for deer?
Yep. We do small game and shit too. We haven't really had any luck with that. We've had some luck with deer. Um, Killing is the most exhilarating thing.
Oh,
You don't know if you can. You don't know if you would. You know what I mean? You see in the movies, like the kids go on his first hunt with his dad, and he's like, "I can't." He
yeah.
drops the gun. Like you don't know if you're gonna do that. You don't know, but just like doing it and then realizing like there's repercussions. Now you got to clean the animal. You got to take care of this animal. You took this beautiful animal's life. It's not thrilling for the sake of killing, but it's just thrilling for the sake. And then I'd never gutted an animal before, so then I had to freaking slice this thing.
How long
from
have you been doing this
stem
for?
to stern, like 3 or 4 years. And I've only got one deer.
I,
Got all
I
the
yeah,
tools
but I
though.
listen to Luke Bryan, okay, on Joe Rogan. Have you listened to that?
Nah.
So I lived in the town that he went to college in Georgia, Statesboro, Georgia. I lived there for a couple of years. So Georgia Southern, he went there, and I went to like the sister school for a second, and then I transferred out. But like if you like hunting, man, and I never thought I love country, but was never a big Luke Bryan fan.
Okay.
Bro, I am such a fan of that guy now.
After hearing him on the podcast,
Oh my God, I could listen to that guy. I could listen to that podcast over and over and over again.
definitely
Oh
listen to
my
it.
God, dude, you will love it, especially if you're a hunter now, because they kind of talk about this. Like you think you're gonna go out there and catch, like it's fishing and catch a few fish, and you're gonna get some deer. This is a story that I hear over and over again. That it's like, no, you go out there and you get you get one buck every 3 years or
Well,
something.
picture the freaking dopamine and serotonin release that I got after
Oh, I
3
don't
years
know.
of sitting in cold ass weather,
Oh,
no
not
action,
getting one.
and then
Wait, how?
but it was worth it. It
how-
was worth it waiting those 3 years because the freaking just the feeling, just that closure. finally, I got one.
How long did it take you to get a deer? How,
I think my first 2 years, no luck. Third year, I got my first. Last year, I didn't get one.
wow. How many shots you take?
I took one shot my first year. Stupid shot.
What kind of gun?
I've learned since. I was using my buddies at the time. Didn't even have my own rifle. It was a 30. It was a. Oh God! It was
It's-
a Winchester 30-30. Over under scope setup type, and the deer was like running by me, and I was like, from the hip. Stupid way to hunt. Really.
No, that sounds stupid. That's learning. That's progression.
Yeah. Well.
you know what I mean?
Okay, but could have killed somebody in the meantime, hypothetically. But got out of that.
Well, at least
okay.
you would have got one.
Well, and
you
then the
know?
next year, I don't remember I don't think I shot at anything, and I got my first deer with a crossbow, and now I have my own bow. That was also a barred.
Oh, you're bow hunting now.
So bow season will be first. That's coming up this fall, probably in the next month.
Are you gonna do it,
Oh yeah,
dude? I'm happy for
yeah,
you.
I'm gonna
man.
do it
This is-
locally too. I have some clients with property. You gotta come, man.
I will absolutely come.
You just have to try to like bring warm gear, depending what season you're hunting. So there's bow season, fall. No, I guess it's winter archery, and then rifle season, and then small game, and then fall.
Oh, I've been looking to trying to get into this, and I even Googled how do you get into hunting, and it's
We
like
got a
it's-
rifle you can borrow probably if you come
Oh,
on
I'll
our
buy
winter
one,
rifle
dude.
trip.
If I'm going in, I'm a type A man. If I'm gonna be a hunter, I'm gonna go out and
If you got the cash sitting around, bro,
I'm
there's nothing like it.
okay. Let's figure. I will absolutely come hunting with
We
you.
just go. It's a couple good guys, man. I mean, none of us are sober, right? So we might have some drinks, but we're not out
Oh,
partying or
bro, I
anything.
don't
We just
care.
have a couple beers around the cabin, and then we're there to hunt, man. We hunt early mornings, cold days.
Bro, I have a secret. I don't necessarily love sober people that much.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
like it's weird. Like it's not like I made a choice being like I want to do this.
right.
You know, like I actually prefer to hang out with non-sobers most
Yeah,
of the
no, I
time, dude.
gotcha.
Like normies, I call them. But
It's great. Straight out of Wednesday.
what
Joe Rogan with
Luke Bryan, yeah. I've been watching Wednesday. It's funny. I think the second half of the new season came out a few days ago.
We saw it. We already binged it.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say anything until you just watch it.
I will. Okay, I will.
It was good. We love Wednesday. But just text me once you finish.
Ah, really? Is
Yeah.
that? I don't know if.
I
Don't even
can't
tell
say
me if
one
that's
way
a
or
good
the
or
other.
bad.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I just rewatched was Ozark. Talking about
Love
hunting.
Ozark. Yeah,
Oh,
phenomenal.
dude.
Love it.
Watching it a second time was so much better than watching it the first time, and I don't say that about shows.
It's just long enough show where like you'll forget a bunch of stuff the second time you watch it, but you'll like remember more things and like see the underlying stories
Yeah.
that you missed the first time around.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Just seeing Jacob and his wife's freaking dynamic is just like so psycho and surreal.
dude, you know, and when I watched it again, I looked at it going, dude, I do not like these characters. And then I watched it going like, oh, the wife is such a psycho. I like Jacob. Jacob
I
is a
know.
psycho, but
Like
I
a
like
reasonable
Jacob.
psycho, like a psycho with principles.
Yes, he thinks through what he's about to do, where the wife just literally will shoot first. She shot how many people just by going,
I feel like
they
3 to 4
they
people.
said something
she's,
wrong
like,
to me.
Murked them, yeah.
They were rude, and he just shot Dell.
Reminds me of my wife and I's dynamic.
Oh, she shoots you, dude?
She shoots from the hip. That's all. No, I'm just saying. No, scratch that.
Yeah, no, I've met your wife. She's a wonderful person.
No, she's great.
Yeah, how do you even get it? How do you meet her?
She hit me in the DMs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, kinda. I love to say that. She
Dude,
hit me in the
that's awesome,
DMs
yeah.
on my Blackout Training Instagram shortly after my ex and I had broken up, and she was like, "Oh, hey, nice to see like local young business owners. There's not enough of us around. Let's connect." And I was
Oh.
like, "Oh, come to my my business group. We're planning a block party." So she shows up looking gorgeous, and then like takes control of the room and starts like bossing people around. It was awesome. Then we planned a block party together.
Not that, and like this is nothing against her or anything. I just not the type of person that I thought you go after.
No,
No, I
Well,
don't know. I don't
I
know.
go for like bimbos, floozies.
She's
Is
not
that what you're
that.
saying?
She's not
No,
that.
she's
Yeah.
definitely not that. No.
No, I don't know because I don't.
She's out of my league, bro. She's a certified business owner, leader. She's smart. She actually has a college degree. She's run her business much longer than me. She's a badass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. She loves public speaking.
Oh, she's good at this.
Oh yes.
So what is her business?
Let's Learn Tutoring. It's an education company. She started it in college.
What-
And then she worked like after she graduated, she worked like 1 year in the school system, which is what she went for. And then went full scale with her business. So they do like high end tutoring. They work with people with learning disabilities, kids mostly, but like all the way up to college. Learning disabilities, autism. They do IEPs. So like I forget what that stands for. Independent.
Urine.
I forget. No, IEP. It's something to do with student advocacy. If they have some sort of learning disability, you get an IEP, and then like it's the parent and Michaela's job to make sure that faculty at the school is giving them access to everything they need, stuff like that. But like
Oh.
go in and meet with the principal, like, hey, is that kid getting what he needs?
Is it like the person when I would go to like I'd have to go out to that reading bus when I was in middle school or something like that. You know what I'm
Really?
talking about?
No.
Oh yeah,
whoa,
like the
wait,
reading and
kinda.
arithmetic. Like you go.
Didn't they
Out,
have like a little trailer?
yeah, that's what it
Is that what
was.
you're
The
talking
little
about?
reading
Yeah.
trailer. You never had to go to that?
No.
Oh, you
I
were
don't
one
know-
of them.
Well, so I don't know if my school had that because it was like a tiny Christian like private school kind of deal.
What was your school?
Faith Baptist Christian Academy. My parents both taught
Where's
there.
that at?
Around the corner from Conwell Egan
Oh,
on like Chickenfoot Worcester Road.
yeah.
So I don't know if we just didn't have access to it or I was a good reader. Still am a good reader.
You're a good reader.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like the one thing I was good at.
yeah. I don't think there's so many things in like adulthood that I didn't think I was good at as a child that I became good at as an adult.
Mm.
I don't know whatever that is.
You don't know what it is or you don't know why it is.
What and why? Like there's things that okay, talking about, like, the trauma type things with stuff, there's I have this belief that everyone is an artist, right? Or everyone is a reader, or everyone is everything that we can be. But for some, like when you were maybe 8 years old or 12 years old, someone said, that drawing sucks. So now all of a sudden you go through the rest of your life thinking that you're not an artist, right? And then I go through the rest of my life being like, I had to go out to a reading trailer. So that means I can't read no good. You know what I mean? So like there's that little
I
belief.
don't disagree with you.
But then it comes to exercise and working out. It's like I was never an athlete because I didn't play this sport in school. And then as an adult, like you get this chance to become this child that you kind of wanted to be in a way, you know?
No, yeah, I agree with you. I think so in my case, I always told myself I was dumb. I was good at sports. That was the one thing I was good at, and I had to maintain certain grades to be able to play
Yeah.
in games. And but I always just had this like mindset that I'm dumb.
Probably
Like I have to
because you
work
sat
really
next to
hard.
the smart kid,
I don't know. I
you
don't know
know?
where it came from, but whatever. And then fast forward to as a young adult, I'm in college, and then I start my business. Well, I wasn't in college, but then I get back into college for business. So I'm launching this business. It's picking up trajectory, speed, whatever, and trying to go to school. And I was doing good at school. I realized I'm not dumb. I just wasn't investing the time. You need systems. I maybe not don't learn the best way. Maybe I needed a Michaela to help me figure out exactly how I needed to learn, and I didn't have access to it or whatever. Or maybe I just wrote it off. I didn't invest enough time. Realized I'm not dumb, so I had to prove to myself that yes, I can go and get a degree in college, but then dropped out again. But I know that I could have done it. It was just about investing the effort.
That's nice. So you took an outsider that wasn't family to help you learn that you were more intelligent than you probably were, in a way of being intelligent that you maybe not have had to like embrace
Well,
yet.
to be fair,
Like,
that was before Michaela.
okay,
It was more of a personal journey kind of thing, where like I had done a bunch of personal development. I had overcome some things. I had improved my life, my decision making, and then it came point like, okay, what do I do now? And I think I had just started college, and then while having the idea for the business, and I did both. I forget which one came exactly first,
mm.
but I did it because I was like, I need to prove to myself. Not that I need a degree. I don't think that I need a degree, but I'm gonna just go and get some kind of degree just to prove to myself that yes, I can go get a diploma.
See,
So I think it's just about and same thing. As a couple years back, I'm not doing it now, but I got into piano because of Michaela,
fuck yeah,
and I never thought I could be any kind of musician, right? I know people that took piano. My sister took piano in school, and I always just thought to myself, I'll never do that. I'll never be able to do that.
can you
But
play?
then I can play a little bit. I'm not good.
Dude, I
I'm
did the
I'm gonna
same
start
thing,
going back. I even got a good piano in the house. We were doing music lessons, but I can play. But again, you just got to invest that time, put in the reps.
bro. That's another one.
Unless,
So I
unless you're
did
a
the same thing.
protege.
I actually ended up getting a piano teacher and I started playing piano.
Yeah, it's awesome,
So,
dude.
oh,
Something
I
about it.
can play a number of songs. I know how to I can actually read music to a point to go, it's going to take me a lot longer than somebody else, obviously, who knows how to do it.
Yeah.
But if you put those, I can play every chord. Now, I could sit down and probably learn a song in a week,
Okay.
which, like, if I could probably get it
We
sounding
talking
a
like a
little,
half hour a
I
night,
could
or
learn it.
like?
Yeah, probably. No, dude, I'll sit in front of that thing for two,
Well,
three
that's why I
hours.
asked. That's why I
Yeah, I'll
asked.
sit in front of
Yeah,
that thing for 2, 3 hours. And then
to the point where you're like, I have to walk away
oh,
because
it
like
took me there was this one song I wanted to learn so badly. It was, Ain't No Love by David Gray, and I sat there, man, and I just learned how to play this one song over for about 2, 3 hours. I learned in about 5 days, and
okay.
now I can play it fluid. It's really nice, but I did the same thing where but to your point of college and all that, I didn't think I didn't realize I was an intelligent human being until I finally got through college. Like, I knew I had some smarts. I knew I was a problem solver. I knew how to do certain things like that, but getting through college, I went, "Oh, man," like, it's not the smartness, like the book smart, but the type of street smart that I had to learn to pass some classes.
I think to your point too, once you're like an adult, right, and you're exercising free will, right? Oh, maybe I can try this. Um, I forget exactly where I was going with that actually, but let's see if I can rewind real quick. But yeah, it's like okay, it becomes relevant to you. For instance, an example
Like, you
would
can
would
use
be
it.
like and I had my dad for some classes because he taught at the school I went to. So, and an example would be he would tell us the lesson for the day, ask if everyone understood the concept, and my dumbass, he's like, "Any questions?" And I raised my hand. What are we gonna use this for in life? That was
Mhm.
always my
Oh,
my
yeah.
question. And it's like you could call me a rebel without a cause, you could call me whatever you want, but advocating for myself back, as a man now, looking at that young me, it was like, I didn't think that I needed it. I didn't see the benefit of learning it. Why the fuck would I need it if I'm never gonna use it in real life? And so I just write it off and shut down mentally. But as an adult, these things maybe that you thought weren't important or weren't important, but and new things even become relevant to you, why you need to learn it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
we found a why as we got older.
Does
We
that make
like
sense though?
it 100% makes sense. Absolutely.
And then
Like,
it's like, okay, I can do this because I need to.
well, that's where I agree with like pushing. If I don't have any children, but if I do, I'm gonna push them into things when they kind of say they don't want to do it. Because we were pushing, like all of us had to become swimmers, all of us had to play a sport every season, all of us had to have, a certain grade level. And in this day and age, like some parents have this soft parenting type thing now, which I don't know. I'm not a parent, so I can only speak on what I see. Um, but I think I would push my child into being like, maybe learn an instrument, play a sport, do well in school and try to find another hobby that you like as well, because I needed that push. And I think some of these kids need this push. And we kind of have this little craziness in the society now that we don't let parents do that.
Yeah, I'm not a parent either, so I can't really speak to that. I'd see both sides, and it's brutal to see that, like, what you may call, like, a weaker style parenting or, like, giving in to the kid because it's easier for the parent probably. Who knows,
Or
right?
fear. I don't know what it
Or
is.
whatever it may be, just convenience. But I mean, I see something I see a lot of with my clients and people, in this area is that the kid gets exposed to like everything. They get to try multiple different uh um instruments throughout their childhood as they're growing up, multiple different sports, so that they get to like figure out which one they want to end up with. And if they end up with none of them in the end, that's okay, but they got to try like all of them. And I think that's so empowering. So I got lots of opportunities as a kid, sports wise and whatnot. My parents were never like, hey, you gotta play you gotta play an instrument this year. I wish to God I would have, played an instrument in high school because I'd probably be pretty damn good at this point, even if I was just
Oh,
on and
yeah.
off. Even if I was on and off.
Oh, well, then I have to think about it like I'm 36 years old now. If I were to just start one of these things that I wanted to do, right? And at 46 years old, the what it would be like, that's kind of how I have to think about life now.
Mm.
And I can think about it
As
smaller.
as by, buddy.
Yeah, yeah, I know. But I can think about it in 3-month segments, 6-month segments. If I just do this for a little, like it's awesome the mentality that you kind of get as an adult. Um, but then I also see other adults that they just stick to that one lifestyle, and it just does kind of pass them by. Where it seems like both of us kind of are always kind of learning what new thing can we pick up. And for with Blackout Training, you kind of get the opportunity now to work with young adults or kids or whatever it
That's
is,
my
teens.
favorite, demographic, I think.
You get to kind of be that mentor for them
Yeah.
now. Like you
I
are
just sent one off to college, man. Just went to college for his first time.
just sent
It
a
was like
kid
an
off to
emotional
college,
last
dude.
session. We took a you can cut this part.
You
We
like
took we
wave
took
goodbye,
selfies
dude.
with, matching MAGA hats on.
Oh, nice.
It was awesome.
What college is he going to?
Shit.
So
Semi-local, it's like a 2-hour drive, I forget.
oh, is it like Lehigh or something like that, or
Nah, I don't think so. I'll have to get back to you on that.
is he an athlete?
No,
But he
James.
but he exercises.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I worked out with him for like 4 years. He wrote his college paper on his experience with he wrote his college paper on his experience with Blackout Training and how it like gave him confidence to like get outside of his comfort zone and how he can walk around the cafeteria now without feeling like everybody's looking at him and laughing. It's pretty freaking epic.
So you're gonna have this thing is gonna start happening with you, right? It's gonna be
I feel
5
like an
years.
old coach now. I'm starting to get that.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
dude.
I'm seeing my
Go
first
get
kids
some
off
gym
the.
shorts and a
I just
whistle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
dude.
what I mean though? Like, I'm sending my kids off to I got another one that's gonna be leaving next year, and then I
That's
have
so
my
funny.
senior.
You talk about them like they're yours.
I know, but then I have these senior citizen clients. They've been having some, like, semi-serious health issues, and they're talking about, oh, in the near future, maybe moving out of their house and moving to, like, an old folks home, and so, like, I'm like, "Oh my god," like, I'm, like, watching these people grow up in front of me.
Dude, we're all still always growing up,
I
you
know,
know?
but it's weird. I've been doing it long enough now to where I'm, like, starting to get that, and it's only gonna be more.
Dude, those people are gonna come back in 5 years and be like, "Mitch, man, it's good to see you." You are somewhat parenting them. You're mentoring them,
Yeah,
right? You're
whatever.
mentoring 'em.
Whatever you wanna call it.
I don't know if I call it parenting, but it
Nah,
is this
definitely not.
mentoring type thing that you get to watch. Because again, if we go back to what we were talking about in the beginning, exercise is just this small part of, like the physical part is just that's what gets you started. But then the mental part is fantastic. The relationships improve in your life. Your diet improves. Your outlook on how you see food and how you see people improves. All of a sudden, you're walking around with this confidence that may look at maybe like ego, but at the same time, it's not. It is like pride, but not the bad kind of pride. You know what I mean? Like they're
Ah, and there's seasons to it too.
yeah,
You always I'm sure you've seen it so many times to the point where, like, somebody gets into exercise for the first time, and they're experiencing all these changes in their body, and like you said, it's like a form of confidence that could come off as, like, some ego, but truthfully, they're just
they're different.
riding on cloud 9. Their body feels better, they have more energy, they feel motivated, they feel disciplined, and so, you'll see them super active on social media all the time, and it's just always gym selfies, stuff inside. As a jaded, guy who's been in this industry and exercising for so many years, I'm like, wait till that wears off,
It
that
wears
first
off.
motivation,
There's that
then we'll see if that discipline
those
comes.
first 3 to 6 months where you start to notice it, right? And you're like, "I feel good, I look good, I've done this." It does
You
wear
wanna
off.
share it with the world, but it does wear off eventually, and then we just gotta make sure there's, like, a system in place.
That's funny because there has to kinda be a system in place because what you're about to go through is, the back end of it, you
Yeah.
know?
The coming down from it,
Yeah, can you maintain it?
Now it's a lifestyle. Now, "Oh, I have to do this forever now? Oh, it's never actually gonna get easier because I have to make it harder as soon as it does? Oh, fuck."
Exactly. No, that is you are
I mean,
making
that's an analogy for life right there itself too, not to get, like, cliche or deep, but
you know
that was my problem as a kid. I always thought like, "Oh, I'm gonna make it there, then boom, I'm
oh,
set, and I'll make it there." Never.
the
You're never set.
there's never there.
There's never there, man.
It's really not.
It's always unattainable, just like
But that's the best part.
fitness.
This is where like, I have a problem with Ozempic and things like that because where people take this shot, right? And they start losing weight, and 6 weeks go by, and they go from a certain it's helpful. I'm
I
sure
have a
it's
client
helping
who
some
just
people.
started. It's been about a month, and it's about 10 pounds.
Are they exercising as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Strength
So,
training
the
twice a
ones
week.
who just take this Ozempic, and then they 6 to 8 weeks later, they've lost X amount of weight.
A lot of muscle.
Now,
Apparently, that's a big thing with
dude,
weight
and
loss drugs.
bones, like, bone
If
strength
you're
and
not doing
stuff.
the strength training and getting your protein,
The journey that we were just talking about that an individual goes on where they start building confidence, right? And now they're in a daily routine, right? Now they're showing up at a certain time every day. They've created a discipline. They've gotten from, let's just say, point A to point B. That whole journey, like, yeah, your body now has gotten to a certain body percentage, a certain muscle mass, whatever it is, but it's that journey in between that really got you there, right? You've now created a discipline, a way of eating, a mental, whatever it is, a friendship, all these relationships that happen in between as well. When you take this Ozempic, you see people, they're still kind of stuck with that part A person.
I'm interested to see how this goes. It's good for me to be able to see, for hands-on with a client. So I'm gonna get to experience this journey because I've never, worked with a client who's taken any kind of weight loss drug like that. And so, I didn't recommend it or anything. He took it upon himself to talk to his doctor, and doctor prescribed it to him, so he's doing it. And so it's really good for me. It's gonna be good experience, so I can tell clients down the road how this went, what our experience was, see, see what the muscle loss looks like because apparently that's a really big thing, the bone density. See his efficacy after. Once we see how far he can get on it, and I don't know if he's gonna stay on it forever after that. I feel like maybe that might be the kind of the deal, just like when you start like TRT or something, it's something you're supposed to keep doing. You're not really never really gonna come off of it. So I'm just curious to see that, and I think it's gonna be really educational for me.
I think the combination of Ozempic and exercise is fine because you're still getting the journey, but you're getting that boost. I don't know what this individual weighs. He might need it. I don't know, but
Over 3.
okay, then he probably needs that little boost. I think Ozempic is amazing for getting you over that hump of getting started. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about?
We've been working together for a while. We've seen lots of gains and whatnot. They freaking redid the entire house piece by piece. They're always on vacation. They had a baby, so they've been going through a lot. So
Yeah, maybe
the
you need it.
progress is up and down, up and down.
Use it
And
if you
maybe
need
he
it.
needed
It's
it. Yeah,
there.
yeah. We'll see.
Okay, TRT. You just mentioned that.
TRT.
I know people who I don't think I've really heard any negatives about it yet. I've never done it.
No, never heard any negatives. I've done my own research. I was taking TRT for a good year and a half, 2 years. And my goal was to apparently supposed to be able to come off once you reach. I did for optimization, right? So it ranges what 3 to 900. Anything above 900 to
Testosterone, right?
1,000. Yeah, anything above 900 to 1,000 would be like abusing it, which is what bodybuilders and stuff do.
Like a steroid.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I was doing it for the optimization. So I got up to like that 900 mark, and the goal was to come off. And apparently, if you keep the same, diet and everything, and strength training the way that you had been while you were taking it, you're supposed to be able to maintain that level indefinitely. I haven't gone back and gotten checked my levels. I feel fine though, feel good. But from my experience, great experience with it. Clients great experience with it. I think it was kinda like one of those myth buster topics, just like, "Oh, you can't strength train, as a kid before, you hit puberty, or it's gonna stunt your growth." It was like one of those. There was, like, all these
Dude, I'm
negative
6'4" and I've been doing that a
there
while.
was all these
You know,
negative things that came along, with TRT, which are kinda misnomers, kinda busted myths.
um, yeah, I don't know. That's why I don't think I need it yet.
Have you ever
Um,
gotten your levels checked?
Now,
With the way you overtrain and the hell you've put your body through, I would be really
since I've
interested to
changed my,
see.
I would like, yeah, I'll go do it. It's funny. This other girl that I brought on, she was saying, let's go get our levels
I'm
tested.
due to go back. I gotta go back. I've
Where do you
been
go?
playing hooky on my doctor. So, I used to get it prescribed from this company in Florida that my wife, belonged to this business group there, so it was like a referral. Since COVID ended, like, laws changed as far as telehealth
Mm.
meetings. So, they started saying, "Oh, you every, 6 months, you gotta drive 5 hours into Bumblefuck, PA to go to our physical location." And I was like, "No. No."
I mean, my one sister, I mean, I don't talk to her as much, but you can do it there. Kelly, you know
Yeah,
Kelly.
so there, and then, there's a couple other places. There's another one, somebody sent me that they're having a really good
Because
experience with.
what I learned is there's a difference between a doctor run place like that, and then there's ones like I'm gonna say this wrong, so don't really want to explain it, but there's places like my sister's where you can go in and get that stuff tested. I know that.
Right, right.
So and because she
I think
sells
they're all
it.
about when I talked to her, it was all about optimization as well. They're not like they don't have, like, juicers coming in, like.
Yeah, it's all about I guess longevity, about youth,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know. Um
Forever young.
That's what it is. That's what it's saying. Yeah, forever. That's what they're about, right? Is to stay forever young. And I mean, that's the battle we're always gonna fight.
Yeah,
And that
yeah.
and that day will come. I'm sure that day will come that I go, nah, I'll probably start taking. But since I've increased the meat, I know this is so contradictory to what I used to say. I feel fine, man. I feel fantastic. And like I look forward to eating this meat now because and it keeps me full. Like I used to eat all these veggies, all this, an hour and a half later, I'd be like, I just ate a giant bowl of shit, and now I feel like I'd eat more. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna probably stick to this way of eating. I just
Hey, you're not married to anything, man. Just see how the body feel. Hey, when you start a new medication, sometimes it works great at the beginning.
yeah.
Medication or substance, right? Having a great time at the beginning, and then things change. So you were vegan, now you're not. Who knows what the future holds? Maybe you'll be carnivore next.
I don't know if I go the full carnivore way. I just don't totally agree with the full carnivore way because I think we're omnivores.
There's so much research out there on every side. So many good arguments on each side.
I think
I
let
stay sort of ambiguous. I'll try any of it. I think good for you, whatever you're trying. Intermittent fasting, keto, carnivore, vegan. That one's a little harder for me to. But I've watched um How to Change Your Mind, Netflix documentary.
oh, isn't that the one about
See,
mushrooms and stuff?
oh no, that is the one about mushrooms. That's not the one I mean.
Yeah.
Well,
What the hell?
Seaspiracy is one.
Oh, that's the same guy who does
Seaspiracy.
what the hell.
Really, what the health might be the one I'm talking about. I remember they were talking about like Tom Brady being vegan, and they would like have all the maybe not Tom Brady, but all the
He
NFL players
was.
coming over. Was he?
He eats a piece of cod every so often, but he still eats pretty
And they
vegetarian.
did this really cool experiment where they had 5 football players eat all meats, 5 football
What
players
the
eat
hell?
vegan. Was that what the health?
Oh,
And there's seeming. I forget what exactly the study was.
they eat okay, so they're testing your blood levels. They're testing the fat inside your blood,
Yeah.
right? So then they put it through the centrifuge and they bring it out and they say, "Okay, you ate the bean burrito. These guys ate the meat
Right.
burrito."
This is the exact
That's
experiment. Were they measuring
game
sperm
changers.
levels or something? Game
ED
changer. There we
game
go.
changers.
That's right.
That's
See,
game
not How to
changers.
Change Your Mind. Game changer.
Oh,
There
bro,
we
I
go.
tell you, I've
Yeah, yeah,
watched
yeah.
those 100 times each, bro.
Yeah.
Because I
Really phenomenal. Incredible research.
Game
Like,
Changers is good, dude. Nate Diaz is right in the beginning, right?
yeah,
And then
yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah,
Arnold
yeah.
Schwarzenegger in
Yep.
it. All those guys. Yeah, that's Game Changers. Um, man, see, that's where I step back. Oh man, some of these beliefs are pretty convincing when they test those blood levels of putting, but I don't know what kind of meat they were. It was like a greasy, ground beef. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
they
that's
were
what it
saying it
was
was a
too.
90-10 lean or
Okay.
something, but um, yeah, I don't know. What do you? I mean, but that
I,
you want to hear crazy stuff though?
yeah, sure.
There is an old okay, one, Ross was pre-diabetic,
Was he?
okay? And he went vegan, and he stayed vegan for years, no longer. I had a roommate who was type 2 diabetic, and he went completely vegan. No longer is type 2 diabetic,
Wow.
okay? So there's the old Paris experiment. There was during this, blockade or the siege on Paris during World War II, they starved people pretty much. They were starving people out of Paris
Right.
and trying to take over that. Um, equated to they're all because they're
Okay.
starvation.
So they're
Um,
rationing their
and
food
they
and
go through all these people who had all these diseases, and it was like they were the healthiest people ever. Like, there's weird experiments about, like, even the Holocaust and things like that, like, I go deep dives on this weird stuff that, like, I'm not saying they came out healthy from the Holocaust. These people didn't come out, pictures of health, but
Is it
there
just
was
a
this
fat camp? Like,
yeah, 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 the
that's
Holocaust was
all
just
it
a fat
was,
kid.
dude.
Hitler was just like, "I hate fat
Hitler was
people,
freaking
dude."
Tony from
Oh my god, what a fun movie.
what is that?
Camp Heavyweights, dude.
Yeah, yeah, they make it heavyweight.
Dude, aren't you do you not feel like, Tony from Camp Heavyweights?
Nah,
Sometimes?
nah.
Oh, bro, you should
I'm not that version of a trainer.
Oh, that scene when he's like, "Alright, dude, get on the scale, get off the
I
scale,
mean,
get
a
off
little
the
bit.
scale."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Some of the
Oh,
best.
it's
That's a cult movie, dude. We would watch that like in class growing up.
do you know the theory of, that Tony never I think he falls off a cliff and dies or something in that movie, or he goes to jail or something, right?
I don't remember how they leave. I'm assuming he goes to jail because he's
I
like
think
basically like abusing these kids.
yeah. Yo,
Pretty sure.
was he though, dude? Or were these kids just, like,
I
not
mean,
sticking to the training
if
program?
you look at it from the other POV, like that would have been me. I just sunk all my money into this fat
Yeah,
camp trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
create an infomercial and make it rich. And then these kids are freaking backstabbing me. I
Oh,
probably would have ended up psycho and in jail too.
they're
I'd be like, you motherfucker. Like,
sneaking candy into the tree
yeah.
trunks and stuff.
You're hurting yourself. You're gonna ruin me
Just stick to my
financially.
plan,
Yeah,
dude.
dude. Yeah, no, I can align with Tony a little bit.
The kids weren't innocent in this one.
They
They
were
were kind
not
of
innocent in
pissing
this
me
movie.
off
They're
throughout that
usually
movie.
not in those movies, truthfully. And whoever like there's so much weird shit in those movies.
Yeah, but that movie's fantastic. It's so fun. He
Phenomenal.
was really just a trainer who
I
was just trying to get
invest you. I love
Yes.
you.
Dude, it's such a good movie. I used to love that. But the theory is that Dodgeball, that he's really just the character from Camp Heavyweights pushed into Dodgeball, and he gets out of jail because and then turns himself
I've never
into
heard this theory, but it makes a lot of sense. I probably thought it while I'm watching Dodgeball.
and
I
if
feel like we
I
watched it recently, and I probably was thinking something along those lines.
I think in Dodgeball he said that they give a little backstory of Goodman or something. I forget what his name is. That he had gone to jail,
Huh.
and he gets out of jail, runs away, and creates Globo Gym. And he's just the same guy who got away from Camp Heavyweights
Which
and
makes
created Globo
perfect
Gym
sense.
because he's the same guy.
I wish they would have done more subtle, same exact character,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Oh, absolutely. And then and the same thing. He's staying away from the sweets, and he's
Doesn't he have a mustache in Dodgeball too?
yeah,
So he's like
yeah.
in disguise.
Oh, the purple cobras, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that theory that he got away, changed his name, got out of jail, and then created Globo Gym, and then that's where.
Speaking of conspiracy theories and all that, and we were talking about the Holocaust, I've read like documentation that Hitler was alive this whole time, living in Austria.
Bro,
Was it Poland?
absolutely.
Like
No,
for,
it was
like
Argentina,
certifiably,
dude. He was in
Argentina,
Argentina.
yeah, like certifiably.
I can go on about that, by the way. But
And it's none of it's in the news. It's just so wild. Like all this stuff's coming out, and it's just like we were lied to about it for years and years, and the more recent stuff even lied about it, and then it's just like coming out certifiably proven, but there's no conversations, there's no jail, there's no
about the COVID shit.
just all kinds of shit.
Did you
I'm
get the
very
COVID
vague. I'm
did you
being
get the
vague
shot?
intentionally. I did in 2020. I got the
J&J?
Pfizer.
We got the Pfizer.
Got the Pfizer.
Oh, I never got it.
I wasn't too super concerned, but we didn't know what was happening. And I lived with my ex and her family at the time. And her dad is a doctor of physical therapy. Or no, what is he? Doctor of chiropractic. She was a nurse, RN-BSN.
Mm.
And so
So you believe
between
him?
that and starting my business and wanting to be able to tell people, hey, we're vaccinated. You know what I mean? Like I was definitely pressured into it in a way, but I did it. It's my decision.
I lived in Florida at the time, so we had this
No boosters though.
we had this revolt going on. It was very nice how we all came together, and a large group of us said, "We're not doing it. We're not doing this." So I never got it. My sister never got it.
Love
A
that for
handful of
you.
my friends, we never got it.
I love that.
Yeah, I love it for me too. But
My wife and her family never got it.
that's awesome. It's weird. It's such a weird time, dude. It's such a weird time to look back on, like
Yeah,
the
man. 100%.
craziness. But I'm going to touch on this. I don't know if you got to go. We can wrap this up soon. But
But yeah.
Ava Braun was found down in that bunker with Hitler. Or okay, the bunker that they say that Hitler died in, right? Eva Braun was found down there.
Who's that again?
His wife, his
Okay,
wife,
right, right,
girlfriend,
right.
whatever it was.
Yes, I've watched a lot of these documentaries and
Who
whatnot. By the
found
way,
the body? Do you know who found the body of Hitler? It's the Russians. Okay.
was it?
And they kept that body away and they would not show it to the public. Okay. Until about, I think it was 3 years later that they said, okay, we'll finally show you the body of Hitler. When they tested that skull, that was Hitler's skull, it was a female skull.
I feel like
So
I did hear this.
again, we still have never seen Hitler's
Right.
body.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you go to the place in Argentina, which is, it's called Colonial Dignidad, and that is
Oh,
the
so you're all read up on this.
I'm read about all
Okay,
conspiracies, bro.
got it.
I love this stuff, dude. That you go to Colonial Dignidad, and this is that small German town where they have German festivals, everything. It still goes on. A couple hours outside Buenos Aires, and it's like 3 hours outside of it. It is a whole German city that is there. Now, that's where they found Heinrich, one of
Vilmer?
no, I don't think it was Wilmer. I think it was Heinrich was the eugenics guy, whatever. They found several people there that were from it. There is a picture of Hitler, that is in that he's sitting there in Argentina, and I don't think it's crazy at all. And people are like, "Oh, how did he escape out of there? How did he do this?" I don't think it would have been that hard.
I think we probably made a deal with him. I think there's a lot more than meets the eye also on top of all that,
Oh, I think
which is why we may have made a deal with him.
I think there's a weird still possibility that like all these I mean, it just goes into the thing that all these wars that have always been fought are there's so much that goes on that we have no idea what really happens, right? I mean, if you go back to World War One, those three that war was fought between cousins. If you go, you have Wilhelm, and then you have Tsar Nicholas, and you
Right,
have
yeah.
God, was it George? They were all cousins that grew up together. So you have Russia, Germany, and England. Those three leaders at the time during World War One were all cousins. They grew up, went to school together in England, were all cousins, right? And then World War One happens, and then you go into the conspiracy theory of why this war actually happened, and no one, and that's such a not talked about war. And you go into the conspiracy why World War Two happens and everything that's going on. Um, this is gonna sound fucked up. I don't know if I just say this. Have you ever listened to a Hitler speech in English?
I've been listening to him on TikTok recently.
Dude,
It sounds a lot like I don't even wanna say it. Are you gonna
it
cut this?
sounds
Are you gonna
kinda
keep this all on?
I don't know, dude, but it sounds, it doesn't sound too I'm not supporting this at all. I don't know, and I can
It
only
sounds a
clip
lot
it.
like some of the stuff that I believe in, which is why I voted for, Donald Trump this time around.
Oh, man, but that sounds bad
But it
because
sounds
'cause you're
bad when you say it
comparing him
like
to it,
that. Right, right, right.
but it's just saying, like, they try to get rid of this trans agenda, and they try to get rid of this, you know,
The not
the beliefs,
the
not
Zionists behind the world pulling the strings.
oh, man, if we go into that, that'll be
I
bad
know it's
because
getting no,
but
this kid goes
there
so
is
dark, it'd
one
be so
thing that
bad.
is different. There is a difference between
I'm
it
open-minded, I listen to all of this.
well, I just wanna know. I just want the education because
We're
what
never
we're
gonna
being
fully
told is
know.
absolutely not the truth. Because there is a difference between an Israelite and there is a difference between different sects of religions that live in
Right,
those areas, right?
right,
And there is a difference and I don't know I have never been to Gaza. I have never been to Israel. I've never
me
been to
neither.
Palestine, which is not really a country, but I've never been to these areas, so I don't know what their beliefs are. I bet you if I went over there and I said, "Hey, these are the beliefs I'm being told," they go, "I don't think you're not being told the right thing, man. You wanna know our history? Sit down.
Right.
Let's have
Yeah.
some coffee and some hummus and or hummus." I said it. Yeah.
Is that intentional?
No, but that was a Freudian slip.
No
But
Hamas, no Hamas.
no, but, like, let's sit down and let me give you the education of why we're fighting here and why they're fighting us, and then I'll sit down with the other group and say, "This is why we're fighting." Because, like, as an American, I don't like that I'm involved in all these other things going on, and I'll try to put this on a nice note. I watched this clip the other day, and I love it so much. This guy goes he talks about, we were not meant to know what was going on with that within like 3 miles of us. But we are so inundated with what's going on globally. As a human being, we were never meant to take on that type of struggle or that or all these the otherworldly or other countries' beliefs. If you go back like 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, even 150 years ago, we didn't travel outside like really a 3 mile radius. Okay, so everything that was in our world was pretty much within three to 10 miles. Okay, and now we wake up and we're just boom, 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 boom.
Big cause of anxiety, I'll tell you that.
Oh, and all we're getting is these little clips and bits of what somebody else is telling
How
me is
can you even
going on
attempt to absorb everything that's coming out of the White House and what's going on here?
in other countries.
I know.
Oh, I don't know.
Sometimes I just gotta stop thinking about it and caring.
That's where I try to have a spirituality and a higher power in my life, and I try to resort it back to, like, a meditation and a God and I try my best when I start having that anxiety, I go, "Okay, okay, okay. What can I do to help somebody else out today? Is there somebody else in this world that can help me out?" And it gives me that easy, seat to be able to go,
Yeah.
"Who needs help today? Do you need a ride? Are you hungry? Can I sit down and talk to you?" Like, it just kinda gives me that it resets me a little bit. So, like, I that is a huge benefit that people don't talk about in AA as much because you just think more of the alcohol or the drug part of it, where it's not. It's such a bigger program than you think. But, yeah. So we rounded that last part up with a little conspiracy and beliefs.
I
But,
feel like it had to happen.
I
I
mean
don't know if it should have been the last thing we talked about,
no,
but
I'm glad it did because
I
if
feel
we
like it
do
had to
have to cut
happen.
it out, it's not like, "Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
let's stop it right here."
touche.
But it's, I at the same time, though, like, I don't think that we need to keep such a tight zip lipped on it anymore. Like,
I'm wearing a company shirt. The company name will be plugged. I try to keep my company away from politics and all that. And I don't, I have conversations with clients of mine who I've been working with for a long time about politics and whatnot, but I try to avoid it. But I am less concerned
well,
than I used to be.
my views have changed. So what my views 5 years ago were so strong in one direction that I wake up today and I go, I'm a little bit more open to hearing some other views, a
I
lot
think that's
more than I
so
used to
important.
be. And 5 years from now, who knows where they're going to be now? You know what
Right.
I mean? So I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
But I mean, with your blackout training, I did train with you one time, and what you have is a pretty cool setup. It really
Appreciate
is.
it, man.
It's awesome.
I like the podcast, the branding, and everything's awesome. Tell me, like, what is the mission for this podcast?
Um, so we did kind of come up with what we thought was a mission statement. We're going to rewrite this, but our goal was I like talking to people, and I've been wanting to do this for a while. So my cousin and I kind of started in Florida, and we had like 1 or 2 episodes, but it was just voice. It was just audio, and I come up here. And I'm sitting down with Matt, and Matt's, knows how to do the audio and visual. Matt's not here right now, but I keep pointing to where he would be. But my mission is just to talk to as many people as I can. And we would say we don't really care monetarily on this, so I'm not really sure where this is going to go. But the more interesting people I get to talk to, the more fun it's gonna be, like,
Yeah,
I have Matt's gonna talk to me about meditation when he comes back. It's an education. It's selfish, right?
I'm
Like
excited to hear about that trip. I'll be looking for that
yeah,
that
yeah.
episode.
And all of a sudden, we're just all
Sounds
in
awesome.
cabins together or, like, separate. Yeah, the next week, like, "Hey, Matt," he comes back, like, different. But, then I just wanna talk to interesting people. I think, kinda to our belief that 5 years ago, I was very narrow-minded on some beliefs, where, like, today I wake up and I go, I'm gonna bring on this this gay guy on Monday. He's gonna talk to me about fashion and luxury. But
Cool.
it's like, dude,
That's
I
fun. It'll
wanna
educate you.
oh, it's gonna be so much fun. I go with 6
Yeah.
sisters. I can weirdly talk celebrity gossip more
Right,
than
right,
most.
right. Okay.
So it's like, I'm gonna bring on everybody that I can. I just like the education. I think it's fun to give someone a voice, especially if we keep it or also part of it is we kinda wanna keep it in this, like, Bucks County, Philadelphia area. And our main goal, I guess, really was we were kinda tired of hearing celebrities go on podcast
Hmm.
and talk about their voice as if it's important. I'm not saying it's not, but we wanted to my cousin and I kinda came with this, where we wanted to know our neighbor, okay? Everybody has a story, and I wanna know my neighbor's story. I think that it could be way more interesting than hearing some guy whose life is to pretend. Which is
Right.
like another actor or another something. I wanna hear this real story. I wanna hear how Blackout Training got started, little grassroots of it, and then your story of how you're gonna be mentoring these individuals and taking a paraplegic, into the pool, and possibly she walks again one day.
Who knows?
Who I wanna hear those stories. I'm still gotta reach out to this woman, she's a Harriet Tubman impersonator. I wanna know about this.
What?
Yeah,
Where do you find this connection?
the Underground Railroad at the
Okay.
tavern. So she came
Sweet.
in.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, so, like
She's, like, doing an event or whatever for, like, a tour or
Yeah, she was, the impersonator for a tour for, it's weird, it's actually the 7 AM meeting that I go to 5 days a week. is in New Hope, and she was doing the tour for the church. I was like, I know your church. I'm there like every day. At the Thomas Methodist Presbyterian Church.
Okay.
But then it's also like I bring on the ghost hunter. I'm interested in that kind of stuff.
That's cool. Yeah.
So like that's fun. This like it's an
That's a lot of
education
fun.
for me. It's selfishly an education, you know.
I like it.
So where the goal goes, I don't know. You know, where we started this, the really grassroots 7, 8 months ago. I didn't think we'd be here doing
It flies
this.
by, man. Flies by.
Yeah.
Hey, and if it gets monetized, and that's great. If you make it there, we did what 31 episodes. Never had enough viewers or listeners or downloads to monetize that at all, but it was fun. It was a great experience, and we'll see what I do in the future too.
Yeah, it's an education.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Good way to connect with
Well,
people.
come on anytime.
Yeah, man, I'll be
Seriously.
back on. Give it a couple episodes in between. People get sick of me.
No, I know. But like we'll find something else.
We'll
Like
talk about hunting or something.
give
next
me
time.
oh yeah, so let's go hunting and then you come on. Or like
Talk about all things outdoors:
if
camping, hunting, fishing. We do trout fishing every year. It's the same thing. You just gotta like enjoy the weather, enjoy the outdoors, enjoy the camaraderie, and if you see some action, cool. That's icing on the cake,
yeah, see that's part of it as well, that journey.
Yeah, that's
Like
the
I
whole
might
journey
not
right
get a
there.
deer,
Like,
but we spend some time in the woods type
yeah,
thing.
freezing your feet off. It's a good time.
Well, I really appreciate it, Mitch. Thanks for coming
Yeah,
on,
it's a
man.
pleasure having.
Nice.
Thanks for having me, sir. I'll see you next time.
Yeah, I'll see you.